Welcome to Around the Metaverse, our weekly show where we bring you together the best content creators from the Web3 community to talk about the recent news and give you guys everything you need to know to stay up to date.
Right.
Boom. My name is Doug Hype. If you don't know, now you know. I'll be your host today. But more importantly, we have our amazing group of guests. Look at these beautiful creatures around me. Look at these amazing content creators that are bringing you the amazing excitement, fun, and adventure of Web3 gaming, okay? Look around me here. We have Number one, we got CryptoStache. Everybody knows CryptoStache. He's been around forever, right? He's right over there somewhere on the screen by me. And he's up here, I think. And then we got Jinkirin, Jinky. Everybody knows that Jinky is the hardcore #1 extreme gamer for life. Like, he'll tell you what you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying, Jinkirin? Jinkirin. Every time anybody talks, you let them know what the truth is. Is it true, Jinkirin?
It's true. I mean, I believe in tough love, right? Sometimes you got to let people know how it is so they can change and get better.
So they can improve and become more like what you think they should be like. I approve of that 100%. That's why you're here, Jinkirin. I recruited you. Yeah. Stash said, recruit the best, tell them what to do guy in the business. And that's here. You're right here. You're also a vet. You're also a content creator. You have a show called The Block Sauce. You are ambassador. You do all kinds of things. Your show is great. In fact, you refuse to have me on your show, which I also approve. Please continue to do that. Oh, I'm telling you, like, it's just it's a good battle that we got going on, you know. What you? Okay, let's go to Edu. Okay, buddy, you've been killing it. Your socials and growth. You work with Moku. You work with Hantao. Creator program with Axie Infinity. You're Kweativ, Diwectuh at Pudgy Gaming, and I think you're like a chemist. What else? What is it? What do you? Well, actually, I'm gonna make a list of what you don't do. Okay, is like, do you take all the garbage and the trash? Do you do push-ups when we're not looking? Like, okay, tell us something we don't know about yourself.
So that's the only thing I'm actually trying to change. I am not currently working out, so I think that's the only thing I got to do. Honestly, I got to start working out, man. But yeah, I do things, and honestly. Dude, I'm the kind of guy that if someone says, dude, I have this kind of idea, what can we do with it? I'm going to be there every single day. I'm like, this is another idea. You can do this. You can do that. I'm pretty good at that stuff. So that's how
you're good at ideas. You're an idea guy. Yeah. You're an idea guy. All right. Well, the thing is, if you want to ever be part of the GIA, I need you to be doing some push-ups, at least 5 a day. All right. Just get down there.
I can do 3. I can start doing.
Put them on the regimen.
3. You're at 3. Okay. We'll get to 5. We'll get to 5. I can do 6 or 7. So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I passed the test. It's amazing. And I also am making these jokes because we're now getting over to like the fierce warrior of the group, the Muay Tai fighter, Ellie. I don't know if you guys know this, but in her spare time, she just fights tigers like in the forest of Thailand. All right.
That's it. I ride them. I domesticate them. That's it.
And domesticate them. You know what I'm saying?
Look at like you got next some generation Siegfried and Roy. Is that what you're saying? Siegfried and Roy.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Magic, spice, everything nice. You know what I'm saying? Ellie and I actually hung out yesterday. We were gonna do like a stream, but we didn't because we were just like hanging out, getting to know each other, and like installing games. Because there's a lot of games in Web3 to install. But Ellie, you're a content creator in Web3, and you're into gaming and stuff. And you know what translates over from like the world of like hand-to-hand Muay Thai combat and training with monks and you know, being a sensei into Web3 gaming.
You think he's joking? It's serious.
Look, I know the monks are training you to go open the refrigerator properly. Okay.
It's a hard job. You wouldn't think so. It's a hard job. There's a story behind it. It sounds.
What is the proper footwork for opening the refrigerator? Tell us, please.
When you open the fridge, you got to keep your body up straight, like you're holding something on the top of your head. You've got to have your left foot forward, so you're always in battle stance. So if anything happens, you're not bending over and you can't see things.
If there's a ninja in the freezer or on top of the fridge, you are completely.
Gotta be ready for that
ninja. Ninja pops out of the fridge. That would be a good one.
Look,
that's a good hiding spot, man. That's a good hiding spot. Like, boom, I'm in the fridge. No one expects a ninja to be in the fridge.
Stash, you think I'm just like recruiting anybody to be a secret agent? No, these people can like just fight to the death. Okay, they can do anything. You know what I'm saying? There's no limitations. They can open the fridge. They can give people a piece of their mind. Look at all these talented people in this space here. CryptoStache, how are you doing, man? You are the OG of the Web3 gaming space, and you're a man of mystery and knowledge and intrigue. But we're going to talk about some cool topics today. And how do you think about this panel we've assembled? Do you think that if you put them in the field, that they'd be able to like capture the objective? Would they be capturing the Sigma and extracting?
I want to kind of akin it to like the Web3 Avengers, like the new class, right? That's kind of how I see it.
Oh yeah. The Avengers ain't nothing on us. Like Robert Downey Jr., boring. Those I don't even remember who else is in the Avengers.
I don't know
who's
who
in
else
there? Superman,
some green guy, giant
who
green
is that?
dude with a bunch of muscles. Yeah.
Yeah. What did he even do?
What are you? You're crossing things over, Doug. No. Get out of here.
It doesn't even matter, man. We've got the GIA. We've got all these secret agents. We're killing it and crushing it. Web3. So thanks for being here, guys. This show is fun. I get to host it, and as I was telling Ellie last night, the only reason I said yes to Sash when he asked me to host is because I get to cause mass destruction across Web3. As a secret agent, I could do anything. I could be anywhere. You never know. Like, what am I up to? Am I hiding in plain sight? Am I telling you the truth? You have no idea. You have no clue. All right. And that brings us to our first topic, Jinkirin. I know you're going to be real excited about this. We're talking about like Avengers and giant gaming studios and stuff, and like things like, oh, look at that, Disney. Okay, Disney. Good job. And Epic. People are combining forces like the Super Friends or the Avengers because you know why? Because of people like us. Everybody in the world that's a content creator or everybody in the world that's making a game is now infringing on these like big AAA studios and these big mega corporations. And they're like, we're not making quite as much money for our shareholders, bro. And it's like, now they're coming at us hard. So like, I don't know, man, like, can we survive? So like, Jinkirin, let's go to you first. Are these big AAA studios forced to do this now to survive in this market? Because now they've got all of us sharks in the water, bro.
So with the case of Disney, it is a little bit of an outlier because once upon a time, they had a bunch of their own studios. They made their own games. For those not familiar, Disney Infinity, it was the last one I'm aware of that they put their name on. They also work with Square Enix on Kingdom Hearts, so they still have that kind of going for them a little bit. But realistically, Disney doesn't have a strong video game presence anymore. So them working with the giant like Epic Games and working with the game like Fortnite is going to be beneficial for them because we got to realize where a lot of games come from. People used to create mods within other games. That's how we ended up getting games like Dota. That's how we got like PUBG and all these other various games that spawned from community made mods. So now they have an opportunity to work with Epic, build what is essentially what I would consider probably trials, and then they can execute a full-blown separate product if that trial for some reason blows up. We've seen how the Lego Fortnite thing worked. It worked really well in their favor. It blew up. Everybody had a lot of fun with it. Got a lot of kids, like families playing together. So this could really be beneficial for Disney, but I don't think it's really a worry or concern or a reaction to necessarily Web3 or these other games. But in that hindsight, we also are seeing these indie developers. Like recently, we've seen Power World, we've seen Helldivers, Lethal Company, these really small studios absolutely demolish these big giant corpo numbers. So I don't think this is necessarily like good or bad. I think this is Disney doing Disney things. They're looking for a business opportunity, finding a way to get back into the gaming market, and this is a first step. Where this will lead for them, I don't know. I wish them success. I honestly like Disney. I know not everybody does. I don't like them as a company.
No, man.
I don't like them as a company. I don't like them as a company, but I can't deny that their content is something I grew up with, I love and cherish, and Kingdom Hearts was one of my favorite series.
I kind of feel the same, man. There's a lot of hate out there for Disney, and I kind, it's like, do I like their like corporate practices? Not necessarily, but do I like other things? Yes. I was literally just at Disney yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw, but look, I found Thor's. I found Thor's Stormbreaker here, and if you guys, anybody gets out of line today.
How did you know that was going to be the topic of the show? You went all the way to Disney just for today's show. That's amazing.
Look, Doug. I don't know if you realize this, Doug. I go the distance for Web3 gaming. I've been.
You guys,
doing it
I'm
for
the
years,
one choosing the topics. He
and
doesn't even know this.
It's like right. I have no idea.
He somehow knew.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know. I'm going to Disney in like 4 days as well. So I don't know what's going on here. I think you gave us
close to Disney.
I do. So. Are you going to Disney soon? You got to go to Disney now. It's part of the show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ellie, she's in Thailand. Is there a Disney in Thailand or near you, like a Disneyland there?
I've been to 4 Disneys, but it's been a while. The closest one is in Tokyo, which I have been to, but that was quite some time ago.
Ooh, I want to go to that one. I have not been to the Tokyo.
That sounds like it would be a fun meetup.
You just imagine Disney, but they've got like a water theme. It's like Sea Disney or something.
Like SeaWorld?
Exact same.
Little Mermaid Disney.
Yeah, pretty much the whole
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, okay, Ellie, let's go to you then, Miss Disney princess. Okay, like, are there any Disney princesses that do Muay Thai? Is like, are you going to be
Mulan?
in a Disney movie, or are they going to base it on your life? That's my question. That's my question to you.
Mulan's pretty badass.
Mulan's pretty badass. That's right. We're going way off topic now because we can, because we are
Yes, we
not
can.
Disney. We are not owned by them. We can do whatever we want. But seriously, Ellie, so when you play games, are you a big Disney fan? Are you a big Disney of big IPs like that, or do you prefer like smaller Web3 games, something you can sink your teeth into that's like different and unique? Like, what kind of games do you usually play?
It's a mood. Disney will always have, Disney will always have that spot in my heart, no matter what. I mean, I feel like that with any corporate business, it gets too big and then it gets corrupt and all of that. Okay, but it still holds a place in my heart. So Disney will win on that side, but then also wanting to switch it up. Like Pal World was a great example of you've got your childhood, but at the same time, it's still Web3 and it's still small and it's still got all of those very unique touches to it. Now, if they want to do that with Disney and somehow not get sued, I'm on board. I'm right there.
Jinkirin's all ready for that.
Wait,
He's
so what are
ready
you saying?
for
So
that.
like Disney, like Disney gaming, but just add guns.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? Like, come on, would that not
Bring
be
in,
fire?
Like, Cinderella with a gun.
Just
Mulan
with like
my
a big
God.
old grenade launcher.
Matt, well, we're probably gonna see that now in Fortnite. I just want to see like Snow White with a freaking I know RPG. Just
Yeah.
that's
She
gonna
ended
happen.
up having like a tranquilizer. I'm sleeping.
Look,
You're sleeping.
Trank
There you
dart.
go.
Oh wait, actually, that's okay.
Stitch. I'm just saying, I'm gonna run around with Stitch, rocking 4 AKs.
Oh, okay, yeah, 4 arms. You're right, man.
That's
Well
right.
played.
Maybe 2
Wow.
AKs and 2 rocket launchers,
We,
bro.
we
You
know all
There you
about
go.
dual wield, but quadra wield?
quad.
That's OP. That's OP.
That is OP.
See, this is
for
a great
sure.
example of how IP and fun and connections there. And Edu, you have like connections to a lot of places. Axie, it looks like Pudgy Gaming too. So like there's a lot of IP there that could potentially do really big things. What's your perspective on this? Do you see this being something that happens in Web3? We just saw Pudgy Penguins like flipped the freaking like Bored Apes, right? Like, so there's a lot of potential here for people to like just be in love with IP and culture that can like bring people into gaming.
Yeah, honestly, if you're fading IP, then I don't know what you're doing in Web3, because Web3 started all with with PFPs, and then you started adding some sort of utility. The famous word in Web3, what's the utility? In the end, IP is a utility. If you have IP, you can grow, you can do any kind of things, and we've seen it with Pudgy Penguins. You've seen it with a lot of products that are starting to expand their IP, and with IP comes cult, and with cult you got a community. So when you do that, you got something, you got a clear path to follow.
So you're a big community guy. I mean, look at all these communities that you support. It's pretty awesome. And maybe we can transpose now into our topic number dos for all those people that love Espanol.
Whoa. I gotta wait.
Oh, wait. You want to talk about Disney? Do you go to Disney every day, sir? Are you a Disney
I do not.
proponent?
Okay, so look, yeah, I mean, I do like Disney stuff. The fam is big on that, and we do go pretty often. But with this whole collaboration between Epic Games and Disney, you think about, well, where was Epic before this? They, in my opinion, and this is something we've talked about a lot on this show over the last few years, Epic Games is already positioned to be the kind of platform or kind of starter of what we would consider like a real Ready Player One style metaverse, right? So when you look at that movie Ready Player One, or you read the books and you think, how do we get there? Like what is the beginning of that, and what does that really look like? Well, I mean, you could see Epic Games kind of mirroring a lot of like what we see with the Oasis, right? And gregarious games in the book and in the movie. They have a massive player base, right? They have a platform that everybody uses to develop games already. So like this kind of, interoperability, we'll say, engine. It's not necessarily labeled like that, right? Oh, it's a game development engine, but that's essentially what it is, right? Things that in UE5 are easily ported over from one game to the other because they're built in UE5. So there's more interoperability there, and I think we'll see more of that. But then you see like all the IP, right? Just like Edgy was talking about, where they bring all that shit into Fortnite. So when you talk about, well, what is the metaverse? I mean, they're already kind of laying the rails for that, and they already have the software that does it. They already have the player base that's interested in doing it, right? And then they have all the brands and things that want to be a part of it. Those are some of the three main components of building a successful metaverse, like in that kind of respect, right? So when you're talking about, okay, well, I can run around as Peter Griffin, or I can run around as, you know, Darth Vader with a lightsaber, all in the same game. You know, you could be Bender from Futurama fighting against against like some of these other IB characters they've had in there as well, and they do a bunch of different brands. So I do think that we'll see more and more of these, you know, Epic Games kind of collaborations, and Disney is a huge one, right? So you keep thinking about, okay, getting two massive brands together like this, are they going to be the ones that absolutely dominate the concept of metaverse, right? Where you have all these interconnected experiences, where brands and IPs are all wanting to be a part of this, and it's so big and so massive, it's like this snowball rolling down a mountain, and it just keeps picking things up, and nothing can get out of its way, right? So everyone wants to be a part of it. They have to be a part of it, because if you're not there, you're missing out on money. And that's what we see with social media, right? You see, you know, Facebook dominating very early on, many years ago, and then platforms like Instagram come along and then start taking over that market share, and all the companies like, we need to be on here. What's the strategy to get on Instagram? And then now TikTok here, right? Over the last couple of years, same thing, right? If you're not on these platforms, and these businesses understand, you're missing out. You're not reaching that demographic that you need to. And with Disney and Epic together, you know, that's a huge reach that they have. And so, I mean, you know, you talk about like, well, is this mega collaboration going to be something that, you know, prevents everything else from even getting a foothold, right? Especially when we talk about Web3 and a lot of the metaverses we're seeing here and those types of projects. I think that's going to be a huge detractor. Why go play in any of the you know, the horribly built metaverses that we see here in Web3, when you could go be in Epic Games one with all the Disney characters you love, plus everything else?
Yeah, plus, like, you know, you talk about a large amount of the actual gaming population that really plays real games like PC games or console games as younger people, like kids, and they can play Fortnite and games like that, and they're big fans of Disney and stuff. So it's easy onboarding. It's just like, boom, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Web3, how many Web3 gamers are under the age of 18? Not probably very many, right? So,
Nope.
you know, we're a little bit limited in that thing, and they can just suck it right in there like a damn vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really super easy for them to get, you know, whenever they do an event, have 1 million people show up. Boom. Super easy there.
Yeah, and Epic
But
was
that's
already
just at the
doing that.
moment, though.
Sorry, go ahead, Ellie. You go first.
But that's just going to be at the moment, because once these kids grow up, they're going to be moving over to Web3. Oh, they're going to move over to Web3. And then it's going to be a whole new cycle. They're going to have a whole new game plan. We're just getting over the split between Web 2 and Web 3. Everyone's moving over to crypto, hopefully. But
I
we're
mean,
seeing
What do you
want,
think,
I want that
Shadow?
to be the case too. But look, I think that, you know, when you look at what Epic and Disney are kind of doing in this case, why would Epic? Epic is already very Web3 friendly, and so, like I said, with the fact that they have UE5 Unreal Engine, which is the one of the most used game engines out there, all it takes for them is to just release a plugin with a partnership with any major, you know, chain here or multi chains, to say, boom, this shit is it's integrated now into a UE6, right? And you can roll out crypto-based everything that you need for your game, interoperability, full, you know, on-chain analytics, and, you know, essential NFTs, everything you need, and it's all there, already ready to go for every game that's already built on Unreal Engine. So I don't know that it's like, okay, hey, young people are going to get in on this, but then when they get older, they're going to move away from it. I think it's just going to be continue to, like I said, as a snowball, kind of pick things up and roll into it as they've always done.
And I don't think this game plan is going to work across the board either, because didn't, if I remember correctly, Artifact Nike did something with Fortnite. What did that translate to in terms of the Web3 audience? Was there actually onboarding done, or did people just play for the in-game rewards and call it quits? Because I'll tell you right now, I never went to the RTFK or Artifact website and like did anything. I never did anything with the Web3 side, but I could enjoy the map, which was cool. See what I'm saying?
I did, but it's
So-
complicated, and it's like hard to onboard people that way, because like even for me, I was like, dude, this is a lot to
Well, it's
deal
like
with
Ed,
just
you
to get a
said.
drop.
It's all about IP. People who love Nike or are already familiar and love Artifact, they were all over it. I saw it on the timeline because obviously I'm a Web3 native, but I'm not a Nike fan. I'm not an Artifact fan. I'm not a shoe person at all, really. So it had zero bearing on me, even as a Fortnite player. So you kind of got to have that branding.
There's something that we're not taking into account as well. I think it was just said before that we still left Disney because we grew up with it, right? It's our childhood. But we're talking about the kids now, like the 16-year-olds, the 18-year-olds. They're growing up with a different kind of Disney. And this Disney is very different to what we had before, right? The IP is different, the stores are different, and the management as well is pretty different. So what will happen now, because Disney's investment in Epic was $1.5 billion, and I think they have a stake of around 10% or 15% of the company. So that's now. What happens when they want more, if they want more? Or what happens when they want to go over to something different and they want to take more of that market share? So that means that the kids now, I feel so old saying that, but the kids now, the 18-year-olds, yeah, the kids these days,
whippersnappers.
They're gonna grow up with a different kind of vision to what Disney can come out with. So I mean, you just look at the Avengers movie. Just look at Marvel. The Marvel movies from, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago are pretty different to what we see now. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do. And that's what we're going to probably see, those back and forth with the community, with people that love Disney, with people that love that IP, and see if their IP is good enough to stand against anything that they might come up with.
Woo, man. So we've learned today people love Disney and we love IPs. And right now, Edu is salivating. He's like, oh, the Pudgy Penguins are going to be the next Disney. I can feel it. I can feel it. I know he's feeling it in his bones. I saw the timelines blowing up with it today.
And that's something, too, when you think about, like, a lot of people in Web3 talk about IP. It's one of those buzzwords, IP. And then some people are like, I don't even understand what it means. It's intellectual property, for one, so people that don't know. But, not just because you made something, just all of a sudden, like, it's an IP, right? I think there's a lot more to that. Right, so you can say I did this and it's our IP, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. I could draw a little stupid cartoon, that is horribly drawn like Gary Vee did, and then sell a bunch of high-priced NFTs and be like, "Here's my IP." It still sucks, dude. And then you make the V-friend and put them out there. And I'm like, okay, great, you got money to do this, but is it interesting enough to actually be something that people want in the long term? And a lot of times the answer is no.
Yep.
It's timeless across all these things, right? And that's why we see with Disney, their IP is timeless.
Exactly, like Mario. Even kids today understand and know Mario. Yeah. We as adults know Mario, Master Chief. Zelda. Let's be real. There's a lot of really strong, really popular IPs that, as he just mentioned, withstood the test of time. We need more of that in Web3, and that's something I've been asking people. Name me a memorable Web3 character off the top of your head right now. Anybody? I can think of one.
CryptoStache.
I'm literally in more games than my...
That's true.
I'm now going to be in 3 games.
Only memorable character.
I'm talking about their actual brand. Yeah. Their actual characters, and the only one that came to mind is Hooli from My Pet Hooligan. That's the only one that I can think of.
They do, and you can see these guys do a great job. They're ex-Disney and ex-Pixar employees that started that game studio, and it shows.
Note, I'm not a holder. I have no bags or any stake or affiliation with My Pet Hooligan.
He's like, will you pay for that shill, man? Will you pay for that shill? Congratulations.
It's fine. It's good shill.
It does take a while for IP to take its place, right?
But I feel like at the same time, how many Web3 games have the intentions to be a long-lasting game, a memorable game? Some of them, yes, that is a goal. But I want to say for the most part, people are just like, all right, quick, let's hit the hype and then let it die out.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen a majority of. And that's where it's hard to gain people's trust. Hey, come to Web3 where the builders don't even care about their game. They just want the quick pump.
Yeah, being from Toronto, you have to think about the long winters in the long term, right? You can't just be like, hey, I'm just a summer girl. I'm going to play this game for 5 minutes. You got to be like, nope, I got to chop the wood. I got to get all the nuts and gather them in. Long-term thinking.
Gather
Ellie,
those
really
nuts,
smart.
Man. Let's go.
Gather all the nuts
sound
up.
Like a squirrel.
Well, I just heard your Canadian accent just for a moment there, and it was amazing. I have a similar accent. So This is really good. We've learned that Stash is a Web3 maxi. Let's see what the crowd says. Did they respond to that question? And they're saying, oh, yes, totally Web3, or sorry, Disney maxi for Stash. Check that off. Jinkirin also, pretty much everybody here. We might as well just sing peaches, 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 peach. Okay, so let's go to question 2 maybe now that we've discovered that everyone just loves Disney and IP, which we already knew. And the question 2 is Web 2 versus Web 3 content creators. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, should you be a Web 2 content creator? Should you be a Web 3 content creator? Should you be halvesies? Should you pick one thing and just go with that? And also, Jinkirin, let's go to you. What's better, do you think? What would be better for people to choose a Web 3 or Web 2 for content creation as their majority or full thing?
So this is a tough one because it's going to be a per individual basis. There's no black and white answer here. So me personally, I shifted my focus back to Web 2, and it's because I found that when it came to Web 3, trying to grow as a content creator is very difficult. One, there's a plateau because there's only so many people in Web 3. 2, the issue is if let's say I play game A, I'm not going to shill any other names right now, and that community shows up, they all start following the channel, and I get a bunch of hype because I'm playing game A, but then I switch to game B, that entire community is suddenly gone. That viewership is gone because they only care whenever I'm hyping up their game or their bags or something along those lines. So it's a quick growth tactic, but it's not genuine growth. People don't stick around and hang out and genuinely support the content. Whereas if I wanted to take on sponsorships as a smaller creator, because I'm not a big name by any means when we're gauging metrics, right? But if I wanted to make money right now, Web3 is a great place to get sponsorships because everybody needs content creators. Everybody's trying to get their game promoted. Everybody's trying to get hype and generate that interest. So that's where content creators play a really strong role. So I'm not a money-driven person. I have a full-time 9-to-5. It doesn't work for me here. But that doesn't mean I quit Web3 entirely, right? I find games that I genuinely 100% enjoy and support, and I will still make content for them. Shrapnel, the other week, I was all over the playtest. That was my kind of return to streaming, so to speak, because I took a break for a little while, and I loved it. I played it every day of the playtest. I streamed it, and I'm not paid to do so or anything like that, just because I really like the game. So I want more of that. I want to see more of these actual games come out that make me want to make content so I can get away from Web 2. But if you're looking for 100% genuine growth, Web 2 is where it's at because the ceiling is that it's not there. Where there is a ceiling in Web 3 that you will always hit. We've seen it with every big creator, and eventually it breaks in some form or fashion, not because of the creators themselves, but sometimes these projects will go out and spend money to get that growth for the creators that they're sponsoring. And I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different topic. Everybody has their own different moral compass. Again, I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the games and the technology.
Shill me, baby.
Yeah.
Shill me.
Yeah.
Show me the money. All
But
right.
you have a strong moral compass, and you better listen to Jinkirin or I'm coming after you. Better listen to him.
Like I
'cause I'll
said, there's
get
no
you.
black and white answer. I am not saying I'm right, you're wrong. I'm saying
I
do it
am.
for
I'm
different
saying
reasons.
it. I'm saying it.
Yeah, but
Andrew, you want to get in on this? Let's go.
yeah,
baby.
yeah. No, man. I mean, you hit it on the dot when you said that you came back to streaming and started playing Shrapnel because you liked the game. I think that's how things are going to work now in Web3. Like you said it too. Like communities here are very close, very, very on their own game because that's the only game they play in Web3, most of them. And the ones that start playing different games, they start looking at different things, and maybe they find a game they like and they start playing it a little bit more. But when you get more good games in Web3, when you get more Shrapnels, you're going to start seeing that natural growth, and people from your community are going to start playing that game as well because it's good. And then you're going to start mixing those kind of communities on their own. If you want that, I think that's the only way that you're going to really grow in Web3, if you have those good games that you like and your community likes to see as well. There's one that's we've all seen it. It's Pixels. There's one I'm gonna name drop, like Pixels, Aperon. I mean, those are the ones that a lot of people that I've seen are started playing. Like even people from other chains are started playing that because not just okay, I'm gonna use this NFT and blah blah blah. It's gonna blow up. I haven't even looked at the marketplace on that, and I play it because it's cool. Like the game itself is fun. And I want to see more of those good games, those shrapnels, those pixels, like those big games that come to Web3, because that's going to make the community itself grow. But then you said it as well, like Web2 has that natural growth. Like I started streaming with League of Legends, and then I started playing some Minecraft, and then we all started there as well. So Web2 gives you that core community, and then in Web3 you get a different kind of core community. It's different to balance those out, but in the end, if people like you as a creator, they're gonna watch you. I mean, if you're bad at games, they're gonna love looking at you missing shots and shrapnel. They're gonna love looking at you like doing whatever terrible things you play. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like you as a creator are the one that brings the people in.
No, I will
You
say
took
too-
my whole response. I was going to say just arm wrestle people into Web3 or wherever the hell you want. Take them. Open the damn computer, push the button, go live, and then it happens. If you can get enough people in the room and they're having a good time, they just are interested in you and what you're doing and the fun you're having. Let's go over to Ellie. And so you're on your journey of Web3 gaming and maybe Web2 gaming too. So when you're streaming, are you thinking that you want to be like a full-time Web3 streamer, partly Web2, or do you think you might start with one or the other as your main thing and then grow into the other? Is there a longer-term plan?
So right now I'm in a fun phase because I'm being introduced to everything at the moment. I kind of honestly, I've played maybe 5 or 6 games in depth. I've tested out a lot of Web3 games and just kind of dabbled here and there, but there's only a small handful of games that I actually do play. So when people come in, I'm able to go, okay, what game do you like? And then they'll drop a name, whether it's Web2 or Web3, and then I'll play that. And now I'm open to new ones. And I think once I start playing different styles of games, then I'll create my own list of games that I enjoy, and then I can kind of go from there. But that's just because I'm pretty small. I'm pretty new. People do not watch me because I'm good at what I do. They watch me because 1, I'm a girl, and 2, I do have a sense of humor. Thank God.
And you punch them if they don't watch.
And
Muay Tai
but we
kicks.
like to keep that in the back pocket.
That's a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep it all look innocent, punch with power. But yeah, I think it's a fun little place that I'm at the moment, because once I get a little bit bigger, then I will have my staple games that I play. But right now I don't have them. So I'm able to really interact with my community.
You're part of a big group of women streamers too, or something like that support each other.
Yeah.
Is
and
it
I'm
most
streaming today with one of them?
Well, who are you streaming with? Is it a secret? You don't know. Okay,
She's
never
like,
mind.
I
We'll just make it up.
forgot.
She forgot.
I thought you wanted to shout him out.
She doesn't not
Okay,
know the name. She just has bad memory, guys. Don't
this
blame her.
fine.
Terrible
Fine.
memory.
Look, my point is that Ellie, you're awesome, and we had this discussion yesterday. As a content creator, I feel it's partly my responsibility to go around and see who's doing what, make connections, make friends with people, support everybody. Oh, you're doing this? I think it's really cool. That looks great. Hey, you want to stream sometime? That's really what kind of makes the magic here. Edgy, I saw so much of your content recently that I thought was hilarious and funny. I'm like, I got to get this dude around and hang out with him. And I just love it. And sending you DMs back and forth, we just make each other laugh. That's what I'm here for, bro. I'm here for the Riz. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for the RISS in the house.
Sorry, 1 moment.
I might not have a mustache, but I got
a relationship there. He's like we're in our DMs, we're making each other laugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I wouldn't
Feature
show
in
my
the
DMs. I wouldn't show my DMs. If he leaks
I
it,
would
I
show
think
my
that. I mean, yeah, we'll mint that.
So a couple thoughts on Web2 versus Web3 content creation. The big difference I think right now is there are tons of really great games actually in Web3. Now the problem with these games is they just don't have the amount of content that you need to consistently make content just about that game consistently every week, right? And so I have a pool of games I like to pull from, and I find new games all the time. But in general, I can never make enough content just about that one game because A, there's not a big enough a player base, and B, the game is usually doesn't have enough content. Out of all the games, I would say Big Time is one of the ones closest that has a good amount of content. They do a lot of updates, and the community is actually, you know, a pretty decent size. Now, the thing about like, oh, there's no good games. The problem is so many people get like into this point where they're very tribalistic with the chains they want to play games on, right? In particular, I will say, man, you know, as much as I like what Ronin is doing, the Ronin community in general is kind of like that. They're like, no, only the games on our chain are the greatest. Everything else is trash. And I'm like, you know what? There's some really great games on Polygon, on Solana, on a couple of other smaller chains too that are coming up, like Arbitrum, right? Scale has a couple of decent games that are up and coming too. So, you know, the problem is not necessarily we don't have good games. It's just we don't have games that you can spend all of your time playing like you could in like a League of Legends or a Fortnite, right? You can just endlessly play these games, Minecraft, they just keep playing them all the time, right? You're never going to get tired of that content, and there's never going to be, a lack of people who want to watch that type of stuff. Right now, we just don't have like very large audiences here when it comes to Web 2 versus Web 3, right? The audience just isn't there. The amount of people that want to consistently watch something is not there because the audience is not just gamers, right? It also incorporates the financial side of things, speculators, people who are investors. And so that kind of splits it, right? So when you talk about, well, do people want to watch me playing this game for a lot of time? Well, no, maybe they want to watch for a little bit, but really what they want is they want that alpha, how they're going to make money. Sir, how much money can I make per day, sir? Can you please tell me what game can I make $100 a day, sir? I get this question a lot, and it's just one of those things. But you know, the real difference between, okay, what divides Web 2 gamers, right, and Web 3 gamers is essentially what we're talking about, is money, right? There's more money in the Web 3 side of things. And that's kind of what defines it, right? Understanding not only the game aspect, which is what you need to know just as a Web 2 content creator, but understanding the financial aspects of these games as well. And that is the divide between what makes a Web 2 gamer and a Web 3 gamer, in my opinion, right? In Web 3, there's more opportunity for you to make money as well because you have to know those additional things, because you have to do that additional research. You're not just jumping on stream and you're like, all right, I'm going to freaking play Minecraft today. Bink, 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 bink. Oh, look, diamonds, right? Like, it's just one of those things where you have to know more than that and bring more to the table. And because it's such a niche, kind of niche audience, the money that you can then get from these companies to support them has to be greater, because the knowledge required is greater than if you were just jumping on and playing WoW or just jumping on and playing Fortnite, right? Or any of these other top games. So there is that big divide there, and I think that's one of the main two things is that the games is just not enough to support playing just one game, which is why I'm a variety streamer and have been in Web3, because I couldn't just play one game every day, you know? And also the money's good.
Hang on real quick. So you did mention, the financial aspect is heavier in Web3, and I will agree. But I live in the United States. I grinded a play to earn game for a full month just to kind of gauge what I would earn, right? I got about $5. That's not even enough to get me a cup of coffee at Starbucks, guys. So
you get taxed
when you say
for everything,
I'm not going to speak on taxes here. I don't want to talk about those as a U.S. citizen, so we're not going to touch on that. But that being said, it did pull a point that I felt like I was wasting my time playing a game I didn't genuinely enjoy, just to earn. And I wasn't even earning enough to justify it.
Yeah, if you don't enjoy it, then you shouldn't be playing it. The whole idea is that you enjoy the game already. And then on top of that, this is a game I would enjoy if it had no Web3 elements. And then now I can actually own the assets, and maybe I make a little bit of money. I mean, maybe $5 is better than nothing.
But doesn't that mean that these games aren't going to have large player bases if they're not catering to both? Because I acknowledge for a fact, like Web3, the financial aspect is what sets it apart. I'm not going to argue that. But it feels like too many of these games make it the driving focus.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where the problem is. Like
100%.
You mentioned big time. I think that it was the closest thing to WoW that we have now. Mm-hmm. But if I had to choose a Web3 MMO RPG, it would have been Grand Saga Unlimited. They had the content. The Web 2 gamers that I showed absolutely loved it. They were all over it. I had Web 2 gamers asking me, how can I get into this game? Because I was streaming it in Discord, right? Whenever I showed them big time, they were like, so it's like Dungeon Hunters on mobile? And I was like, yeah, kind of. You just go into a portal, you kill a bunch of stuff, maybe you get some drops, maybe you don't. When it comes to play to earn in Web 3, the most money I've made has actually been I hate to admit this because I used to be against it, but I got into it. Flipping assets, buying and selling was making me more money than playing the game. And that shifts me away from the gameplay and into the market, which is good for the economy. It's great for the economy, but it's not the game I wanted to play, right?
You can have both, though. I mean, look at CS, right? Look at Counter-Strike. They have both. People love playing that game. It is played by millions across the globe, and they have a thriving economy, right? So
and that's my point. We need more of that.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. And I think that we're at a point right now where the games don't have enough content to really support that. Even big time, like there's a good amount of content there that you can play. But you're right, a lot of it has been focused on the financial aspect. And you know, for an MMO, man, that's a long road to get enough content to keep people busy and interested. But I could play that game even if I was not invested in NFTs or had no kind of crypto anything, and still enjoy the game itself. And there's quite a few other games that I've run across that I showcase all the time that I feel the same about.
There's something you mentioned, Stash, about the financial part of a game, that it really just changes what people go for when you play that game. So if you know that you're going to make money in that game, a lot of people in Web3 are going to directly go ahead and play that same part, right? I might be a little bit off topic, but I want to ask you a question. What would you do, for example, if you were a big Minecraft person, a Minecraft player, and you play Minecraft every day and you love that and you have a server up with people and everything? What happens if tomorrow Minecraft says, every now and then you can probably find X diamonds in the map, and you can farm this and you can sell that, and this is going to be a financial aspect, like RuneScape had it, and that I think really changes the focus of the game. A lot of people just farm gold on RuneScape and then sell it, and then other people play RuneScape for playing RuneScape, right? So how would a financial addition to a good game change it? Because a lot of people say just make a good game first and then add Web3. How do you add Web3?
Go ahead, Jinky.
So I can actually speak to this a little bit because World of Warcraft, believe it or not, has a pseudo Web3 setup. A lot of people in Web3 don't know this unless you're an active World of Warcraft player, but they have their own token. They buy it. So I, as a player, can buy this token. It's $20 flat no matter what. But the in-game gold cost to buy it in-game fluctuates with supply and demand. So it's actually encouraging players to go out and farm gold. And you're starting to see a lot of players that used to maybe focus on PvP or focus on dungeons or something like that. They're now shifting their focus to the economic side by doing a bunch of gathering and crafting, selling stuff on the auction house, and doing whatever they can to earn money so that way they can buy this token. And what people mostly aren't aware of is that token can be redeemed in Blizzard's shop. Instead of redeeming it for a 1 month game time, you can redeem it for $15 Activision Blizzard store credit that you can then use across their entire ecosystem. So I say it's pseudo played Web3 because it's obviously money in, money in, money in. You can never cash out the fiat, but I can turn around and use that earnings to like buy Call of Duty or buy skins in Overwatch or buy StarCraft, something like that. And it did cause a shift in some players. I say some because it's a very small subset that care about it. Most of us are used to spending $15 a month already. We've grown up the last 20 years of World of Warcraft doing that, so it didn't have an impact on us. So it did shift a very minor subset, but it did not have a major impact on the overall game. For the most part, everybody's playing it the way that they were always playing it. So when we think about the financial aspects, you're going to be catering those to a very small subset of players. And that's why you say we don't have any good games here. We do, but we don't have many finished games.
Yeah.
And that's what we're waiting on is those 1.0s. I think Shrapnel is again, I hate to keep bringing them up, but they had over 20,000 players trying to jump in day one. How many Web3 games in pre-alpha that was only available via founders packs or holders do you know that had that many players jump in that aren't free to play yet?
Yeah,
it's a good amount. There's a good amount.
It's because their marketing was not tailored just to Web3. They've been showing up to various gaming events across Web2, TwitchCon, and all those types of things. Exactly. And that Web2 element of me just spending $20 to buy a founders pack, I'm used to that. We know that in Web2. All the normal gamers know that. So you had people who aren't Web3 natives trying to get in and test this game just because they don't care about the financial aspect. They saw the gameplay, they saw the trailers, they saw the marketing, and they had a genuine interest. and then they came out swinging with an actual gameplay loop that kept people coming back.
Yeah,
Retention is our big issue right now.
right. No, exactly. And like Champions Ascension is another really great example as well. They just launched on Epic Games, and they were trending the first couple of days, and they're doing this event where it's like, hey, jump in, you're earning tickets in the game by winning the matches, and then you can use those tickets to enter in a raffle. They're basically doing $1,000 raffle over 7 days each day, and the first winner was a dude who is a Web 2 guy. He had no wallet. He wasn't playing with NFTs. He didn't have a wallet set up. He was just some guy who found it on Epic, and he played a bunch and submitted the tickets and won, and he was all super jazzed about it. I think that, like I said, once again, when it comes to these games, like, well, how does it change it, right? Well, I think that it does change it, and like Jinky was saying, like I think that there's going to be a subset of people who want that and will focus on it a lot, just like we've seen in other games that aren't Web 2, where they focus on those things and find ways to sell on the black market and do whatever. And then you have people who are like, I don't care, I just want to play the game, man, and have fun with it. And the game should provide both. But the difference of what we've had before is that the game wasn't providing both. It was saying, okay, these things are against TOS that you want to do, that if some of you guys want to do, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to the black market, man, and make that happen. And if you get screwed, hey, it's not on us because it's in the TOS.
I'm glad how I don't have to have an opinion on the show. I can just make you guys have opinions because, like so far what I've learned today is make games fun and make them good and make games good. That's what I've learned today.
There you go. Fun and good.
Yeah.
Make them good. Just make the games good. Maybe put Disney characters in
Send that
there.
over to founders.
Just, dude, make them good. Put Disney characters in or something like that.
Someone tell
I mean?
Ubisoft.
Yeah. Maybe put a
Hey man, I
penguin
like
in there.
Skull
I don't
and
know.
Bones.
Whatever.
Are you poking at Skull and Bones?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's poke at Skull and Bones.
I'm
Everyone
just
hates
saying-
that game.
I'm just saying, people are refunding Skull and Bones so they could go buy Helldivers too.
I like
Wow.
Skull and Bones. I love pirate stuff, but I actually really enjoy Skull and Bones. Man.
It looked cool, but
It is fun.
It looks
we do have a lightning.
okay.
We do have a lightning round question here. Ka-chow! And welcome to the lightning round. Ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. That's Owen Wilson's voice. Ka-chow. We have a question here that I put in the email. I feel like changing the question, but maybe we'll stick with this one. You get 6.9 seconds to answer this question. Will NFT projects like Yuga Labs, Pudgy Penguins, Nakamigos be able to produce games that succeed? Jinkirin, go.
Yuga Labs makes me think Embracer Group, too much acquisition, not enough product push. So we'll see what happens there. But I think that large partnerships and acquisitions are going to be commonplace moving forward, especially as smaller studios fail.
Okay, your question didn't meet the criteria, so it doesn't count. Ellie, go.
Oh, Jesus, please pass on me.
6.9 seconds. Hey,
Mine didn't qualify. What?
at least your
Yeah,
answer
right?
counted. You did it in under 6.9 seconds, so your answer counted.
Aw.
Okay, ready? Ed, you go.
If they actually do and they put out games that are fun for their community, that cater to their community, they're going to succeed.
Wow, he did a good answer and under 6. That's crazy. You're a professional content creator, sir. Stash, go.
No.
Stash is dead. He's dead. Stash says he has no comment.
I
No
don't
comment.
need 6.9 seconds.
No
bro.
press. No press
it's
here.
No. It's no, man. It's not gonna be. It's
No.
a yes or no question.
They're
Are we
not
gonna
going to
do it? I
make
don't
it.
think so.
They're not making it.
Look, man, like they've already dropped the ball. Maybe Pudgy will, but in general, like I feel like Yuga definitely has dropped the ball when they could have done more.
What if they surprise you? What if they come back out and
They could,
they
but look
could
at
shock?
surprise! What do we got for you? Dookie Dash 2, guys. Great. Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Get out of here, man.
Nakamigos just came out with like some little weird thing, and I was like, "Hey, at least this is as good as Yuga Labs, bro."
They got
and they don't
millions
even have
and
all that
millions
money.
of dollars, and what do we get? A monkey riding a rocket, is going through the sewer and trying to pick up poop.
The real question
Welcome to
should have been
Crypto.
phrased like this. I should have phrased it like this:
What
Will
else do you
Yuga
know? I know,
Labs or
right?
Nakamigos beat out Pudgy Penguins? Do they have a shot? That's what I should have phrased it like.
Pudgy's got the best shot.
That's what I'm
The best
saying.
shot, man.
They do. Edu, you're so good at not shilling that. You're like, I'm
Well,
gonna
look,
shill
oh my
for
God!
you.
Look,
Yeah,
we got
look
Pudgy
at there you
shields
go.
everywhere.
Shills.
Bro,
I don't even own any Pudgy NFTs.
do you
I
need-
just bought the stuff.
Do you need any more reasons? Like I got this at Walmart, bro. Like I opened
pretty
my
This is
big.
a
Walmart
hot
app and
topic.
Hot
I got it
topic.
a hot topic. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know they were in Hot Topic. That's big, man. Look, Yuga could have been doing that, and they slept on it, man. They slept on that opportunity.
Well, that's the meta now. Everyone's like,
but
hey, look at all this cool
but
stuff.
honestly, same thing with Axie. Sky Mavis could have been doing the same thing a long time ago, and Axie also slept on that opportunity, man. They
I'm
didn't-
surprised Axie did. I thought they
This
would have
whole
been the first
show-
ones.
They brought merch, and there's more merch coming. But
It's-
in the end, I mean, I think they were the thing with Axie is they needed a good timing for their merch. And
Yeah,
before,
they did
what happened if they did it before? And when they had the bull, like there were other things that they hadn't planned. They hadn't planned to build way other stuff. That if you focus on actually going for merch at that point, then would they be where they are right now? I'm not sure. Would they focus manpower on that?
Man, you had a lot of money. They had a lot of money. They could have probably focused on 2 things at once.
Look, I'm just saying, Axie.
I mean-
I'm not an Axie stan. I haven't had a lot of fun with their ecosystem or anything like that. But there is one thing I'll give them credit for. They did build more games in their ecosystem than anybody else has. So that's what they were doing during the bull is they were cranking out all these different games.
Well,
now they may not be the most popular, but they threw money at it. They still help support it.
Well,
so.
this has been the greatest shill fest of all these episodes, and I support it 100%.
It's your fault, Doug. It's your fault.
I know I did this on purpose. And Ellie has to go soon. Let's go to you first. I'm going to let everyone go around and talk about what you're up to. Talk about whatever you want. Do you want to sell us some Girl Scout cookies? Do you have games you want to play? Tell us, what are you up to? What do you want us to know about, Ellie?
Oh God.
Your Twitch channel. Tell everybody to follow you.
Yeah, give me a follow if you want to watch really bad driving and shooting, because that's about to go down. But eventually I will get better. I will be playing Pet Hooligan for the very first time. So again, it will not be good. But I'll be playing with one of the other lovely ladies in the group. And hopefully down the road, a lot less of the streams will be just myself. And I'll be streaming with more of these wonderful women. So instead of watching one chick play a game, you got 2 or 3. What could be better? Probably a lot.
That's
of
a
things
good
could be
shill.
better.
That was a
What
good
would
one.
you wait? What would you call if you had 3?
What? I'm going to be on the stream also, Stash. I know what we call that. It's already, don't worry about it. Wait till you see my video drop this week,
Guys,
bro.
come on.
All right. Don't
That's
worry
it.
about it, Stash. You know what's up. Jinkirin, let's go to you. You're also a very handsome and attractive streamer. What can we look forward to your future? Let us know. What are you up to?
So for those that aren't aware, I do stream over on Twitch as well as X. Sorry, Stash, I haven't gotten the YouTube thing down yet. We'll figure it out one day. But I also host a show for ReNFT Labs. It's called The Block Sauce. That is strictly Web3 and
Good
gaming.
show.
And it's every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. That is also on X and YouTube. So that one at least is on YouTube. So make sure you guys check it out. Yeah, we like to have spicy takes. We have all kinds of special guests and stuff like that. Maybe one day we need to get Stash and Dougie on here. I'm just saying. But yeah, thank you guys.
You've been doing a good job without us, so maybe that's the secret. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been having a great show.
Taint it.
Edu, how do you feel about being on this show, man? You know what I'm saying? Like you're just like the coolest guy in Web3, and like I thank you for showing up, man. Taking time out of your schedule and your veterinary appointments. You're up to so many things. What should we look forward next from you? Daily videos or all this content you're doing? Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting out content, started to put more content out, my own content, because if you see like big Web3 creators out there is looking good in their videos, that's me editing that. So I'm an editor as well. So I'm going to put that effort more into my own content as well. And yeah, I run socials and growth for help out with growth in Moku engagement platform. Check that out. Check me out as well at 87buck. And I'll be in New York actually from the 21st, and I'm going to Disney after that on the 25th. So expect a lot of content from it. We're gonna start looking at IP Disney IP from the 25th over to the 28th.
Wow. Okay, a lot going on there. And CryptoStache, what do you think about Edu here? Do you think he did a good job shilling all of his stuff, or does he need to try harder next time?
I think it was at least A tier.
At least 8.
You got.
I love setting everyone up for good jokes. This is the best. Oh my God, the
man.
tier list jokes. I was just okay. This is beautiful. The Axie crowd's out there right now. They're ready to tear it apart.
I'm gonna clip this. And I'm gonna send my Ronin peeps over.
Please do, please do. We're waiting.
They
for 'em.
they love me on Twitter, man. They can't get out of my DMs and off my posts. So it's great. Send the crew.
What are you doing this week, Stash? What are the things that you're up to? What should we look forward to?
I actually got something interesting and new this week. You know, outside of me streaming 4 to 5 times every week, putting out shorts, putting out videos, right? I'm adding something new. So I don't know if you guys know, but I've been a citizen at Neo Tokyo for a while now, and they have started a new stream team there. And so every once in a while, like maybe like once or twice a month, you guys are going to see me over on the Neo Tokyo Twitch stream, which this Friday is going to be the premiere. You guys are getting the alpha now. They haven't even announced this. But this Friday, I'm going to be on Neo Tokyo's live stream, and guess what? I'm playing Cypher Odyssey, a really dope mobile app. I'll be the first person ever to stream this game. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Of course you are. That mustache.
And you obviously can catch me still on YouTube, but I will also, in addition to YouTube and TikTok and Twitter, will also be on their Twitch doing it.
You've been streaming and playing a lot of games, even like trashy games like Skull and Bones or whatever that thing was. You know what I mean?
Hey
Like
man,
any
you
kind
can't
of.
look. You can't say it's trash unless you play it. All right?
No,
Just
I like trashy
come
games.
jump on my pirate crew and let's go Marauders.
I want to play it. I want to kill all the pirates. But thank you so much everybody for coming on this show. I had a super huge amount of fun. We're getting out of here, baby. From the GI headquarters up in the Denver, Colorado mountains and wherever CryptoStache hides. Thank you everyone for coming on the show. I don't even remember what my outro is. I just want you guys to know we love you. Thank you for being part of the community. Support all your creators. Hang out in the GIA. There's links down below. Follow everybody right now. Also, if you want to come on the show, you can apply. There's like a little form and stuff to do that, right? And then we're going to know everything about you and all of your secrets, okay? So go do that right now. Thanks, everyone, for coming to the show. We'll see you next time.
Boom.
Mondays, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. We're over and out.